Welcome everyone, Build Out here. I am super excited about this video. And in this video, I want to talk about PMO Process Improvement Projects. I love this topic. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you know I cover both PMO and project management related topics. This one is solely for PMO leaders and PMO managers and people running PMOs. I've been doing this for a long time, right? 20 plus years running 10 PMOs across 4 companies, but I wanted to set this context because I love this topic, right? So why do I love it so much? Because I believe so strongly you've got to keep maturing your PMO organization, right? If you don't keep maturing, you're going to give up those efficiencies of running your programs and your projects, and you want to build a world-class PMO. And PMO Process Improvement Projects are going to help you do that. So the question is, why is this a problem for PMO leaders, right? Why is it a problem? If you don't run PMO and Process Improvement Projects, I know it's obvious, but why is it a problem? Well, PMO managers, leaders are facing huge challenges with getting time to improve their PMOs through these process improvement projects. Think about that for a second. When you're running a PMO, part of what you want to do is look for improvement areas, right? So for example, if your PMO doesn't have a risk management process, an issue management process, a change request process, what do? Well, that's clearly a huge problem, right? You've got to have those processes and procedures in place for project managers to follow. Project managers are so weighed down with project execution, they don't have time to work on process improvement projects, therefore leading to your PMO not maturing or maturing at a very slower rate, a much slower rate. That's a problem for you as a PMO manager as well. Project managers don't care or think about the maturity of their organization because they are they're just focused on running their project, right? This is a huge problem as well, and something I've focused on for the last 20 years. I make sure that the PMs understand that 5% of their time is towards process improvements projects, and really 2 hours a week is focused on maturing and looking inside of how do we make this PMO better. Interesting, right? Does that make sense? Okay, now we've seen why it's a problem for the PMO managers. Why are we in this mess, right? Why do PMO managers or PMO leaders, why are we not seeing the level of process improvement projects that we need to for our organization, because we need to continue to mature it? Before I continue though, I gotta ask you a question. Does your PMO run process improvement projects? If not, how do you create a risk management process, an issue management process, a change request process, right? Comment below, right? I'd love to hear what you're doing because I'd love to learn from you. I'd love to learn what you're doing so I can maybe take some of those processes back and figure out how I can do that better in my own organization. Does that make sense? Okay, now we've seen why it's a problem for PMO leaders, right? Why are we here? Why don't we get that level of engagement from the project managers? And why are we in this mess? Why won't project managers work on process improvement projects? First, project managers believe it's not their job, right? They're very much, and I've heard it for years, they're very much focused on doing their projects, not improving the organization. I've got 2, 3, 4 projects, right? They're more focused on getting those done than really creating a risk management process, creating an issue management process, or a financial process that's going to really better the organization and improve all project managers. They're just not staffed. They're sometimes not interested in doing it, and therefore they don't do it. And so it becomes a huge problem. Number 2, project managers are very busy managing their projects, and they simply just don't have time. Depending on the ratio that you assign how many projects to project manager, they may simply just not have the time, not enough hours in the day to be able to do both, right? So they'd rather focus on their projects than working on improving the organization. And that's a problem, right? And so PMO managers allow project work to be continually prioritized over the project, over this process improvement work. That's going to be a huge problem as well. So I get it. As a PMO leader, I get the project work is more important than the actual process improvement project work, but you have to continue to better and mature your organization. So there's a balance there. There has to be some time, and PMO managers have to enforce there's got to be some time that the project managers can work on improving the maturity of the organization through these process improvement projects. It's so true. I've done this for over 20 years leading PMOs and 30 years in the project management industry, and this rings true across so many different organizations. Project managers are far too busy running their projects and doing process improvement projects, which really slows down the maturity of the PMO, which is a huge problem. So what do we do? What do we do about that? What are some possible solutions? Well, first, project managers and PMO managers, have to put that 5% rule in place. They have to ensure that the PMs have time, 2 hours a week, 5%, 2 hours a week into running process improvement projects that will help them really mature the PMO and be part of that maturing PMO process. Number 2, put process improvement goals on their performance reviews. Literally put them on their performance reviews and have them accountable throughout the life of through the year to have them work on these process improvement projects. So if they're on their performance goals, they're going to be accountable, and they're going to know, and as you do checkpoints, they're going to know they've got to work on these things. Right? That's one way to really enforce that improvement and really force that driving of these projects by these project managers. And number 3, drive the importance of this process work throughout your PMO. Right? When you look across a whole organization, you're trying to better the organization. These risk management, issue management, change management, financial management, if you put these processes in place, they end up saving project managers time, saving program managers time, right? And so that time saving is really why we want to focus on that. And of course, we want to keep maturing your PMO. What do you think? Does that make sense? Just a reminder, if you like these videos, you like these stories, you like this content, then please like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified. And I keep releasing new videos all the time. Quick reminder, go watch my next video on PMO alignment to organizational strategy. That's going to be a great one here. It's listed on the channel. Go check it out. I'll see you online.